everybody, it's your girl Jasmine Dew. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be on revision. I am getting a lot of requests for this video, so I was just like, let me take some time and really explain what revision is, how to use it, and things like that. So yeah, let's get into the video. Oh, before we start the video, I want to let you know that I do offer one-on-one coaching. I also offer other spiritual services and things like that. Just from my social media so you guys can see me because I'm always online and things like that. So yeah, let's get into the video. Revision. So let me tell you my revision story. So let me tell you guys my revision story. When I first started manifesting, I used to not believe in revision because it didn't make any logical sense. So as we know, manifestation is completely illogical. It is completely opposite from the way that you are trained and you were taught. You were taught to make decisions for what you see in your 3D reality. Things weren't malleable. Things can't change. You were thought that everything in your reality is like solid. Like this is my shave oil, but everything is supposed to be solid. So when this happens, it is hard for our brain to wrap around that we could literally revise something from the past or something that just happened like 3 seconds ago. That's still the past or whatever. You can revise something and change how it happened. So this is completely possible, guys. Your past thoughts are the reason why things are the way that they are in your life. So if you revise something, for instance, let's say you and your specific person have been broken up for a while and they were in another relationship or whatever was happening. You could go back in your mind and revise that never freaking happened. You could just say that, yeah, like that never happened. Me and my person are together. Now, how that would come about is not up to you. Okay. And I've heard before, I wouldn't say in my own situation. Well, actually, I did revise a situation one time where I was able to change documents and things. So in revision, it does get kind of tricky because people are like, okay, well, I don't believe that I can do this. Yes, you can. You can revise any situation. You can change any situation with the power of your mind. Your mind will find a way to fix it. I remember before I knew about conscious manifesting, I wanted to graduate early. So I started revising when I was in high school. I started revising. This is what I said to myself. I said, God, if you're real, because at the time, my parents, I was more into like religion and things like that. But I was like, God, if you're real, then you need to show me that I can get out of because I did not want to stay in high school. I wanted to live my life. So I was like, God, if you are real, then I need you to I didn't say that. I said, God, you're real. And I know that you are because I've seen things done in my life before. That's what I actually said. And I was like, well, I know that you're real. So I need you, because this is how I command. I've always had a conversation with God like this. I've always had a conversation with God like this. Like asking for my stuff, because I always, as a kid, even my parents will tell you, I've always felt worthy of everything. I've never had a problem with feeling like I'm worthy of some stuff, whether I got it from this person, that person, the next person, or myself. I've always felt worthy of having the things I wanted to have. So I was like, I want to graduate a year early. So what I did was I started thinking if God is real, then of course I can. Lo and behold, something happened where I was able to graduate a whole year early, move to Miami, Florida, and pretty much live my life. Okay. And it's because, again, I revised the situation. I started thinking differently. You can revise anything. You could change anything. Nothing is solid. Nothing is solid. Even, let's say, like I said before, I was saying this, if you start revising and say, I've always been rich, I've always had money, then circumstances would happen to make it seem like you've always had money, you've always been rich. I highly suggest people to revise things. If you have had bad relationships before, no, you haven't. You've always been in healthy, happy relationships. Stop entertaining old thoughts. I know a lot of people, there's like this trend going around that where people talk about, like, if they've been on a bad date, they'll start talking about, oh, every time I go on a date, a guy is X, Y, and Z not doing this. No. Actually, every time I go on a date, the guys are in love with me. They are in love with me. Even if it's not physically happening in your 3D right now, it will have to. Your 3D has to catch up. So whatever you say goes. You can revise anything. And the way to start revising something is, if it happened in the past, you just keep repeating the way that you would want it to go instead, regardless of what you see, regardless of what you hear, it does not matter. It does not matter. You are going to revise that situation. Okay. And that's pretty much it. Like, revision is really, really simple. It's not something that's like super hard. It's just like when you're affirming for something, just like if you're affirming for money, like say you don't have any whatever right now, right? It's just like if you're affirming for that, if it's not really it doesn't matter how far off it is. It doesn't matter if it happened in the past, how far off, like how far beyond it was. Like, it could have been 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago. It could have been in the past generation. Okay? It could have been all the way there. It does not matter. If you are revising the situation, you are the operant power. You are the main character. You are the god of your reality. You are like it, right? It has to conform to what you say. So whatever has to happen in the 3D to make it seem like your manifestation come through will come through, okay? Your subconscious mind is a proof-producing machine. Its only job is to prove to you that whatever you say goes, okay? So use that to your advantage. Use that to your advantage. Stop accepting things that you don't want. Revise situations on the spot. If another example, let's say you are with your specific, like let's say your specific person said something to you that you did not agree with, that you didn't want to experience. Are you going to sit there and be like, oh, well, this is what they said. Oh, well, no, you're actually going to revise that. And you're going to put in place of what you wanted them to say instead. And every time your brain is like, no, he did not say that, you're going to say, yes, he did. Until your brain or your subconscious mind accepts the new idea and it pushes out in your reality. Okay? And that's just the way to revise. You just affirm what you want or imagine what you want or what you would have wanted to happen instead, and it will change the trajectory of the future. Okay? Because the only thing that is holding everything in place in your reality is your thoughts. So if you change your thoughts, guess what's going to happen? It's going to change your life. Okay? So I think that's like the end of the video. I hope this video was helpful. I will see you in the next video. Bye.